and broadcasting for InfoWars. Today we have a special guest, Eric, and we'll be discussing the latest updates on Joe Biden and hope to get your opinion to chime in, add a comment, or whatever you may see fit. We'll be observing. So, with that, we'll bring in our special guest, Eric. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Howdy, Mr. Anderson. Glad to be here. Glad to also not be Hunter Biden right now, or Joe Biden for that matter, who may or may not be, alive.
Well,
Will
that brings an interesting topic, not to cut you off, but that does raise an interesting topic because I have seen plenty of photographs indicating that we are dealing with separate people here. What do
separate
you think of
people.
that?
You mean the body double? I've seen the earlobes and everything. Yeah.
Yes, and with these observations and what we'll be discussing, we can come to the terms on our full coverage debate till now.
Debate till now. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to that debate headline real quick. Let's see what the debate actually said about Biden, because I think that's important, right? Just to show like how unstable Biden was even in the very beginning, right? Like all the gaps from the first debate onward. I like, what was that? Like, I think it was June 27th or something. They have the debate, and Trump pretty much makes a mockery of Biden on stage. It was like he was like dragging the Democratic Party was literally beating a dead horse, but instead of with a stick, they're filling it full of Vyvanse and saying, "Man, I hope this goes well." What was it he said? He said he messed something up about the Medicare. The headline right there. Gaps minutes into the CNN debate. This was the opener right here. You know, just go ahead and play a real quick from this clip, like even volume and all. Just play real quick. You know,
Okay, let me make sure we got the right one here because
this is the
we
right one.
have it all. Okay, let's go with the see what we got.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. The bullet missed his head by less than a quarter of.
I think we grabbed the wrong one there. Let's start over.
It's the right one on
Technical
screen. It's the
dip.
right one on screen.
Yeah, okay. Let me go to the one where I have it pulled up because the one on the screen is. Let me find it because it's not up here. It's locked in, but we have to go back and locate it because it's not showing up into our initial load. Let me go to it and find it and click on it and bring it up. We'll do it that way. And
That'll
that
work.
would be the Medicare one, right?
Yeah, the Medicare one. That's right. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's the one. Let's
Let that rip, potato chip.
here we go. Now, what I'll do is just silence it for a minute. We don't want to do no advertising. And we'll play it, let it go.
Let it rip, potato chip.
Make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
He was right. He did beat.
He did beat Met to death.
And we have that right there. You see it. not even minutes into the debate, he was fumbling. So it was clear from the get-go that there was something wrong. There was something wrong with Biden. That Biden was not who he was even 4 years ago. He was already fumbling.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yep.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Let me control this for a minute and get a grip here.
And thank you, Dana. Kid Rock, sometimes referred to as Bob.
And thank you, Lee, right from the beginning. Thank you very much.
I had
What
to
a
stop
talent.
that.
Beautiful song. Thank you.
Yeah, now I
So many
got it.
technical
Now.
difficulties.
Yeah,
Okay.
because and
And
the screen. Proceed. What do we got?
Okay, then we have next up. We have not long after that we had the Biden or like the Donald Trump assassination attempt. I almost said a Biden assassination attempt. No, we had the Donald Trump assassination attempt. All we needed is like a quick 20 seconds from that, but like the beginning, just mute the audio, just show the video, like, and we're good.
Okay. All right, here it is. You want to mute the audio, and or just roll with
Yeah,
it
mute
all?
the audio. Just mute the audio because there's a guy talking over this particular footage. I just want to show the footage itself. Yeah, you see this, and then Trump turns his head slightly here, and then boom, gets hit, ducks down. All the secret agents rush up on stage, and we have like then the most iconic footage picture where Trump raises his arm up into the air, and the rest is history. Just pause
Yes,
after
I
that.
did see right there when
Now,
he raised his
right about
fist.
victory, you could say, and and what happens next? We have Biden catching a case of COVID shortly after all these events. He gives I think he gives like a brief he released a statement on the Donald Trump assassination attempt. We're doing everything we can, something yada yada yada. You've heard it. You've heard it once. You've heard it twice. Politicians just glazing over some really really like going
Yes.
surface level over some subject.
Let me find that footage, and that would be
We don't
where he
have that footage.
drops
There's no
out.
footage on that. But yeah, we have the
Well,
where he
I
drops
thought
out,
it.
right? We
Yeah,
have
that's the one I was
first we have
thinking
the
of.
Barack Obama telling him to drop out, right? Like the Barack Obama news article where Barack Obama releases a statement saying, "Joe Biden, you need to drop out." Which leads up, and we don't even
Yes.
got to show that link. Just show the Biden actually dropping out statement, because before that you had Democrats pressuring Biden, saying Biden needs to drop out, and Barack Obama coming forward and saying, in a nice way, Joe, you're my best friend, but hey, come on, brother, you're looking like a fool up there.
Okay, that would be right. That would be with our one Obama telling him to drop out, basically. Let me go over to that one
Barack
and
Obama telling
switch
him to drop
over.
out.
Right. Let's go over to that one, and we can scroll on up, and I can scroll up and pretty much show it. Do you see it?
Just need to see the headline.
Has
That's
it
it.
come up yet?
Yeah, just the headline. Barack Obama tells Democrats
Okay, there
Joe
we go.
Biden needs to seriously consider dropping out of the presidential race, which this is the first time another politician has ever come out and said, it's not the first time, but in modern politics it is. Hey, you need to seriously drop out. And this is the incumbent he's talking to. This is the guy who won traditionally, it's always been the incumbent gets it no matter what. There are very few cases where you have somebody running against the incumbent. It does happen sometimes, people testing out waters, but it's rare. You don't see it, and you never see somebody telling the incumbent, "Hey, drop out, or else it's our ass." Which is basically what Barack Obama is saying here. Now, what happens next though? Biden gets COVID, and Biden officially announces him dropping out of the race, which we have that all the way at the bottom there, just above where Joe Biden's statement dropping out of the 2024 election. Let's pull that one up. And that
Well, that brings us back to who's really in command and control of the country. Because I've heard rumors that around Washington, everyone knows it's Barack Obama who's in charge. That's the unofficial version. Now, the official version that goes around is that Biden is in control. So, I mean, it's undisputed with those facts from what and the rumors that I have heard. I even heard Jen Psaki accidentally on purposely s- say she met with the President Obama, then she quickly turn around and correct it to Biden.
quickly turn around and corrected the
That
Biden.
leaves us this. Yes, I've heard her personally do that several occasions.
So we
And that
so we've got some potential, and then there's always the
go ahead.
question: who's really behind all of it at the end of the day? Is it really Barack Obama, or is it some other organization that we've yet to prove? Now that's a conversation for a different day, but still, what deep state enterprises might we see maneuvering in the background here, meddling in the politics of Americans, of our free nation?
And you gotta look at the fact that he did not drop out until Obama gave the
Till
order.
Obama gives the order.
Basically.
Obama gives the order. Biden gets COVID. It's done. He's out. Nothing's going to happen. Biden's completely gone.
Next question is who's gonna fill in the remain? Will it be Harris that comes into the runner up in November? Or will they supplement Harris with Michelle
That's
Obama?
the other question, right? Because that's the rumor that's been pushed most heavily, that Michelle Obama is going to throw her hat into the ring. Now this is not without merit, but maybe we won't see that. Maybe we will see a race between Trump and Harris. But it's clear that the Dems are reluctant to go with uh, with Harris, because you even have AOC saying that we can't win. We're better off running with Biden versus Trump than Harris with Trump. Harris is so disliked by the American public. Nobody wants to vote for her.
Not only by the American public, her own staff can't even. She had how many times has her staff been replaced?
95%.
And they have come out
95%.
and they have even that is correct. And they have came back and even stated why they can't get along with Harris. Yeah, we got to look at these issues, and she's just not liked all the way around. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Joe Biden picked her to be his VP, she probably would be long forgotten into the public history, lost at
Yeah,
that.
she'd be some DA that nobody cared about, and had a short-lived career as a extracurricular uh, politician that you read about in the margins of history, if that.
And you're right. And with this, it leads us where do you want to take our next lead? What do you want to
Well,
look at next? What do you feel we should?
let's see the Vice President Kamala Harris immediately on Charlie Kirk's, like Vice President Harris statement, and let's just read through that real quick. Let's read through that first paragraph. We're not going to read the whole thing, just the first paragraph.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, now
Can you see it?
yeah, of course. Here we go. On behalf of the American people, I thank Joe Biden for his extraordinary leadership as President of the United States and for his decades of service to our country. His remarkable legacy of accomplishments is unmatched in American history, surpassing the legacy of many presidents who have served 2 terms in office. I'm going to read this next paragraph too. Why not? It is a profound honor to serve as his vice president, and I am deeply grateful to the president, Dr. Biden, and the entire Biden family. I first came to know President Biden through his son, Beau. We were friends from our days working together as attorney generals of our home states. As we worked together, Beau would tell me of stories about his dad, the kind father and the kind of man he was. And the qualities Beau revered in his father are the same qualities, the same values I have seen every single day in Joe's leadership as president. His honesty and integrity, his big heart and commitment to his faith and his family, and his love of our country and the American people. With this selfless patriotic act, President Biden is doing what he has done throughout his life of service, putting the American people in our country and everything above everything else. Slow down and scroll down for me.
Okay, let me get over here to it, and we'll scroll on down. I think that's the one. Yeah, okay, because I gotta set. Yeah, here we go. Is that it?
There we go. Perfect. I am honored to have the president's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination. Over the past year, I have traveled across the country, talking with Americans about the clear choice in this monumentous election. And that is what I will continue to do in the days and weeks ahead. I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation, to defeat Donald Trump and his extreme Project 2025 agenda. We have 107 days until Election Day. Together we will fight, and together we will win. All right, we'll see about that, Miss Harris.
Yeah.
We will
I
see about that.
yeah, it's just a she's just running with another ploy to try to fool the American people, but I don't think the people's gonna fall for that myself.
She's possibly the most unpopular presidential candidate going into office, maybe next to Hillary Clinton, maybe worse than Hillary Clinton. I'm not so certain that Kamala Harris is going to make it out of the primaries. Much like we're seeing the Democratic Party fall apart here, is what it is. Like let's go read. Let's go to that Bill Clinton link, like the immediate, just to show the immediate support that the Democratic Party had. Now, at least in some sense, you had Hillary and Bill coming to the aid and support and endorsement of Kamala Harris. Meanwhile, AOC is saying that Kamala Harris is not a good presidential candidate choice. You have Bill Clinton going, yeah, she's the clear choice, clear nomination and whatnot. Let's go to that real quick. President Biden has capped his extraordinary career of service with a presidency that has lifted America out of an unprecedented pandemic, created millions of new jobs, rebuilt a battered economy, strengthened our democracy, and restored our standing in the world. By the measure, he has advanced our founders' charge to build a more perfect union and his own stated goal of restoring the soul of our nation. We join millions of Americans in thanking President Biden for all he has accomplished, standing up for America time and again, with his North Star always being what's best for the country. We are honored to join the president in endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris, and we'll do whatever we can to support her. We have lived through many ups and downs, and nothing has made us more worried for our country than the threat posed by a second Trump term. He promised to be a dictator on day one. In a recent ruling by his servile Supreme Court will only embolden him further, to shred the Constitution. Now is the time to support Kamala Harris and fight with everything we've got to elect her. America's future depends on it. Again, Bill Clinton, just President Clinton and Secretary Clinton. Like you have Hillary and Bill coming to the defense of Kamala Harris, despite the clear schism that seems to exist between mainline Democrats and the more fringe supporters of the party, like AOC, Omar, and who else?
The radical left and
The
all of
radical
those.
left. All of Basically all the blue-haired, blue check mark people that run on college campuses saying from from something to the sea, Palestine will be free. Those type of individuals, those fringe
Yeah, from the
individuals
river
will
to the
never
sea. Yeah, they'll say
from
from
the
the river
river.
to the sea. Yeah, that's their quote, their motto, which Talib haven't happened to pin. That's her coin term that she come up with. Rashida Tlaib, another radical that she come up with. And this is all that we're looking at as for now. And all of those is from what I view is anti-American. These are the ones that I see. They're all pushing, I mean, they're representatives, but not of the American people. I think their constituents consist of illegal aliens.
Their consistent constituents consist of illegal aliens, anyone that they can get to support them, no matter the cost, whether it be communist, whether it be blatant liars, whether it be pedophiles, whether it be people that want to take away your guns. It doesn't matter to them as long as they can get the ends that they want. It's justified. That's how they see it. They're not pro support of American liberty or anything like that. They just want to get they just want to fulfill their bottom line.
Yes. If they as long as they could get that illegal alien vote, that's what they're after. Is they're not after they're doing I see them doing nothing for the American people.
Now we have one more link I want to check out. Or really, there's two more, but we'll look at this second one in a minute. Um, we have this link from this other link from Charlie Kirk. Let's get on to that because that's really the main topic of today. Is
Okay.
Biden even alive? And this poses an interesting question. Let's see if we can get this full thing into screen. If we
Is that the one you're speaking about?
can. This is the one. This is the one. This is the right one.
Okay. And what's your opinion on that one? How do you feel? Because as
Well,
for me, I really it's up in the air with all of these body doubles and doubles. I seen at least 3 of them looking like and none of them look like there's at least I seen several pictures and none of them look like Joe Biden from this back in the day.
devil's double, I guess. What are you gonna do? Let's read through this real quick. Get a sense of what we're even talking about here. Got a weird lead on a story that people should look into. I got a call from a source close to Las Vegas Metro. The official story was that Joe Biden's trip was cut short last week due to COVID. However, according to this source, U.S. Secret Service informed LV Metro that there was an emergency situation involving Joe Biden and and to close necessary streets so that the POTUS could be transported immediately to University Medical, which they began to do in earnest. Then, mysteriously, there was a stand down, and the USSS informed Vegas PD that they were going to medvac POTUS to John Hopkins, which is presumed meant fly him back to East ASAP. Apparently, the rumor mill in the police department was that Joe Biden was dying or possibly already dead. I didn't think too much about this lead. Seemed too wild to be true, but given that Joe Biden has been out of the public sight for days and dropped out of the race via an post, and his brother James indicated health was a factor, I'm beginning to grow more curious if COVID or something else has been more serious than reported. If anyone with LV Metro has information, please email freedom@charliekirk.com. I want to hear if there is more to the official story than they're telling us.
Well, from the looks of all of this, we might be on to something here because it's sort of looking like uh Kamala Harris is running the show as of now. With all
As
of
of
this
now,
yeah, with all of this implications is going on with Joe Biden. What is she doing behind the scenes?
what's going on behind closed doors in the White House?
That's remained to be seen. And you know how they are. You're not gonna find out nothing until the last minute, and then they're gonna lie all the way up until then with their
Check out
press.
there's the latest executive order that was signed, you know, and the signature being different from previous signatures. There's probably a comparison of that. See if you can find that real quick, because that one is interesting. Like just evidence that maybe what we're dealing with is not the Joe Biden, but somebody signing for him instead.
Right. Where let me see. From what I'm gathering, I really don't see it as of now. Is let me see. Hold on. Do you see the chat that come up? You probably can show us in chat.
We're live on YouTube. Yeah, somebody in chat got anything? Hold on. Let me go look at the. Let me go get the stream real quick.
Yeah, and put it over into our chat here where we are at our interface. And I could just click onto it from there. You
Anyone,
see our
anyone in chat?
do you see our chat box that come up?
I see our chat box. Nah, nobody's posting anything right now. We got one watching. Maybe it's a bot. Who knows?
There ain't no telling.
Yeah, we got one of those like view bots that's like records everything and like uploads it to some Saudi prince's like hard drive or something.
Probably.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out. But here, I'll go find it real quick. It'll be easy.
I just put it up in there. I sent the chat in there, so maybe you could see it when it popped up.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think I left too quick. Wait. Biden.
No, right up here into our where you was reading from.
Oh, Mr. Anderson stream. Yeah, look at there. We got it.
Yeah. This we'll get familiar with this as we go along, but it's got all kind of interfaces where we can work and chat and bring up pages. Works well for the stream.
Oh, wait. Where we got it? We got it. Comparison versus comparison.
And we got another one over here, a separate one that I can implement. Here we go. Let me put it in.
Oh, damn it.
There's the private one that popped up. You've probably seen that for private chat.
Okay. Mr. Anderson. So
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
In either case, it doesn't really matter. Like Infowars had a video on the comparison actually, like between the two signatures, like the differences. They released a video not too long ago on it. So that they gave some coverage on it. If anybody wants to go over to Alex Jones at Infowars real quick, if by chance you're watching the stream right now, just check it out there. You can find it there. We don't need to really cover that at the moment. But nevertheless, we had this situation where Biden is clearly not stable. you have Democrats divided. You know, you have AOC coming against Biden as candidacy, and then you have Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and the mainline Democrats supporting Kamala Harris. You know, uh, AOC wants Biden to stay in because it's the only way Democrats can maintain control of the POTUS. And Bill and Hillary are just like, yeah, Kamala Harris will endorse her and everything. Something suspicious is going on. And you know, when Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are involved in anything, you know, somebody's either dying or something else is happening that we're currently unaware of. You know, it's always suspicious with this.
Yeah, I would agree because it's always cloak and dagger with them. They can never be transparent with anything they say. That's what I see. That's what I see.
Everything and anything is held within great suspicion. These characters right here, we don't know who we're actually dealing with.
And
That's
you
the problem.
basically and you basically got to take what they say with a grain of salt.
You got to take it with a whole jar full of salt. You know, like these people would sell their own children if it meant being able to get some adrenochrome back into their system. Like that's the kind of individuals we're dealing with. We are dealing with fringe, satanic, anti-human individuals. That's just a fact. Like no matter how you look at Hillary Clinton, no matter how you look at Bill, everything they've done has not been to promote freedom, but to detract from it. Bill Clinton killed a guy.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that, but he did.
Yes. He probably did. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. I mean, cause look at his wife. She's got enough alleged dead bodies up under her to start her own cemetery.
There are many dead bodies in the Clinton backyard. I guarantee if you start digging, you're gonna find a dog a bone. Because dog
Ye-
gone.
yes, you're correct with that one. I mean, it's just wow. It's just so many that I've seen instances. And I wouldn't doubt that her husband has some bodies under his belt as well. I would not doubt that one bit.
Unironically, he killed a guy. That's just public knowledge. You know, when he was governor of Arkansas. I'm not gonna pull up the link, but like anybody that wants to go look it up, dig into that. Bill Clinton kills a guy. You'll probably find something. Either that or you'll find some Norm Macdonald clip of him going, he killed a guy, right? That's not a
Yeah,
joke. That's serious. It's
I
funny, but
mean,
it's never
I
a
mean,
joke.
you're right. You're right. But I was laughing at the fact the way you narrated it, and plus I was thinking I could see his wife saying, "Look, we got an extra plot over here. We can name it 53," something like that. Because so many of her people that worked up under her, they come up mysteriously dead, you know?
What was it? The bodyguards that worked for them suddenly falling down the stairs and breaking their necks. How many more broken necks are going to come under the Clinton campaign? Jeffrey Epstein connected with Bill Clinton, both on the flight logs and on the actual island itself in the court documents. How many other individuals are going to come up with broken necks out of nowhere, hanging themselves and breaking their neck at the same time? Oh no, he tripped in the pool and shot himself in the head by accident and drowned. I don't know how
Vince
he shot himself in
Foster.
the head and
Then
drowned at
you
the same time.
then you got Vince Foster, the lawyer, and you have several others. I mean, there's just so many others that fell victim to apparent suicide as it be listed. So I don't know about them. They just got too many connections. I mean, I don't know how many people do you know that's connected like this that has anybody that you could think of that has that many suicides, 50 some plus, and associated with that person. I don't know one person like that. I mean, they might know one person that committed suicide, but 53 people? Nah, that's kind of hard right there. 53 plus, I would say. I
Yeah,
don't even,
all of
yeah.
them dying from falling in, many of them dying from drowning, from falling into a pool because, I guess water got into their gunshot wound.
Yeah. Or they wound up shooting themselves in the back of the head twice or something like that. I mean,
How many more will there? This is the Clinton conspiracy, and the Clinton amount of bodies keep increasing. These are the ones we know about. And it's not, and it's funny because like within the state of Arkansas, this is not even the most heinous act. It is probably one of the most corrupt states in all of the United States. When it came to the CIA smuggling cocaine into the US, or even just not the mafia, sorry, the cartel sneaking cocaine into the US. A lot of times they did their drops in Arkansas itself. There's a case in Arkansas. I don't remember the details exactly, but three boys came up upon one of these drug deals with the governor, with the current governor, in office governor, presiding over the deal itself. These three boys went missing. There's a great video by Wendigoon on this if anybody wants to go watch that or you have time. But if you're ever in for a curious caper where somebody mysteriously dies in absurd circumstances, and you have the state clearly trying to cover up for it. Not even in a like using their own autopsies and their doctors. There was a case where a guy who witnessed knew the two boys, and or no, sorry, the three boys, and knew what happened. He saw this. He came out and with a test. He testified against it. His head ended up in a trash can. The rest of his body in various other bins, and the doctor said he died of a heart attack.
wow. Those some interesting statistics
In a
coming
in a
from.
video on by
Wow.
Wendigoon, by the way. Go watch it if you ever have a chance. Like it's a fantastic watch, really, and a strange one at that.
Yeah, yeah, I could believe it. I could believe it because anything is always there's always some twists, turns, and head scratching when you're dealing with anybody who lost their life connected with Hillary Clinton. I mean, the list seemed to go on and on. There's been a few of them, and they have just been all of them is the process of elimination. They just get rid of the evidence and move on.
Anyone who
Leave
knows
you,
anything.
yeah, they come up missing. And there you go. Another missing report.
So back to the topic at hand: Biden, dead or alive? What do you think about the possibility that Biden could be dead? Really? I mean,
Well, I think that there might have been going on. He might have been deceased after they pulled out the first body double, and then it went from there. In one instances, you could see him, somebody wearing a mask that resembles Biden, because you could see him the way he adjusts the mask and all of that. 'Cause one in the video I seen where it looked like he pulled the mask and it come out abnormally from the body, and you could tell it was pretty much a mask that it was had it on. And whoever was wearing that mask had it on because you could definitely tell it was a mask. And I don't know why they even come up because if he was alive, they would not be going to such extent on presenting doubles to you, individuals with masks and other things they'll parade before you. So versus putting out the real person. There's something more to it. I don't know what else. Maybe the connection will come out later, but with them, they'll usually try to hide it for another 100 years to 50 years, like they've done numerous things before.
You saw the what was it called? You saw the Biden how Biden looked at the last presidential debate. No, like he didn't look like himself. He looked disheveled, and his eyes. He wasn't all there. Very clearly, he was darting back and forth constantly, looking down, trying to remember his talking points that his benefactors had put for him on a teleprompter. The guy was bringing nothing to the table. It wasn't even him there. It was Vyvanse. You know, that's more of a commercial for Vyvanse than it is a presidential debate.
And I would agree. I would agree on all of that. And you gotta when you look at it and the evidence that they're presenting, some would say, well, yeah, that's biting. I mean, but he just acting erratical because of his age, and they would attribute it that. But then you got to go back and look at the countless pictures and put them together where he got different earlobes, different indentions on his chin, where another one don't even have that indention. I mean, these is things that would keep up with your natural appearance. You just can't change these. Unless it's
And it's
something drastic that has happened, but we don't see no account of that.
and I would say that like the Biden that was president at the presidential debate is definitely Joe Biden. Maybe the other ones, maybe he was using body doubles. We don't know, but I'm giving more credence that something severe has happened to Joe Biden. He wasn't there when he gave his presidential when he opted out of the when he withdrew from the presidential campaign when he and the support for Kamala Harris, and you also have the signature on the last executive order not matching up with other signatures from previous executive orders, even ones that were more recent. You know, Joe Biden is something has happened to it. It seemed like a secretary or perhaps someone else, at the very least, signed that maybe with his permission. Who knows? But Biden is either deathly ill, so much so that he cannot come out from emergency care, and he's being kept alive right now on like I said in a U.S. In John Hopkins Hospital, or he's already dead, and we can assume that but we can assume something has happened. Something is amiss here.
Something is one thing's for sure, that's something is not right. But there's no way of us even figuring it out because, we're not in the loop.
I say that we have one option, though. We have one option. We can demand President Joe Biden, living or dead, be presented to us. We need something, some kind of camera, some kind of live stream, live footage from a hospital, from a doctor, anything, anything to prove that Biden is alive and in office. Anything short of that is not acceptable. We must see that what state the American people deserve to know the state of the POTUS for the
Yes, but
Senate.
you're right. But with the technology that we have now, I mean, it could all be mimicked. It's just like when he does the debates from the White House, supposedly. If they found out later that he's doing all of this from a production set in some studio. Um, so
Even still, with that, we just need something. I mean, like if they fake it, we'll be able to catch it, but we need them to present something. If it's fake, so be it. We can tell. We can tell fakes. We can find fakes out, and even if they're really good, we can find them out. You know, but for the integrity of the POTUS, they should give us something beyond a tweet. The last thing, think about it like this: Donald Trump got criticized heavily and from 2016 to 2020 for tweeting while in office. Biden withdrew from the presidential campaign with a tweet. Nothing more, just a tweet. Not a statement, just a tweet. No press conference.
Yeah, you're right on that. And this is where they were just constantly scrutinized one over the other. This is all.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm trying to look up some different photos of him right now, and I can't seem to find any of him. You know, they'll scrub the net of these things. You know, where they got comparison photos, things
Oh,
like
I've
that.
seen the comparison photos several times. I don't know what to make of them. They are weird, though. The changes
Yeah,
in the earlobe from being an attached earlobe to a detached earlobe, from his cleft chin to his non-cleft chin. How does that work? Maybe he's just so old that his face randomly falls and sags in places. Who knows?
you're right. You're right.
But
But
it
some
doesn't
of them
seem likely
has
to me.
dramatic changes. I mean, because in one instance you'll see him with a rounded off chin, and the next you'll see him with an indention in his chin. So,
Very
I mean,
strange.
yeah, now that is strange. Now, how do you come up with an indention in your chin all of a sudden?
How do
You
you come
know?
up with a detached earlobe? That's the other one.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know. There's no reasonable explanation for that. Like maybe like, oh, Joe Biden is dehydrated. You know, uh,
yeah. Dehydrated to the point it changes his earlobe shape.
yeah, that he's got his collagen levels. They were down that day. He didn't have enough. Like a QQ10 or whatever the fudge it's called. Like give him a Gatorade and some collagen, he'll be all right. Back new and improved. Rub him down
And
with some stem cells. He'll be right back up again. Give him some
yeah,
Vyvanse.
right. And that would explain a whole lot.
Yeah, it explains a whole lot. Maybe he was feeling frisky and he put some silly putty on his face.
Yeah, something's going on, and I think the American people deserve to know what. Now,
And
how do you bring this about? You would basically have to be standing there, and because with the technology they got, they can bring in doubles. They can do it all and present it as to you as facts. Over, they can enhance videos. They can even recreate your voice.
even as
And
far as all that goes, like what you have body doubles all the time for dictators. People having their teeth filed down, their faces reconstructed. People who just look similar to someone else. I believe Saddam Hussein had a dictator. Fidel Castro had several. I said dictator. Fidel Castro had several doubles. We've seen various dictators have doubles. Why not a president? Is Biden even the first one?
you're
Possibly.
right. You're right. You are absolutely right on that one. Well, we got a few minutes left into the broadcast, and we'll be wrapping it up soon. Give it us about another what,
Let's
two
cut it
minutes,
in.
at
Yeah,
least 7.
2 minutes.
And that will. What do you got to cover for us, or that we haven't covered?
I say that it's the duty of the American people to be informed. Like try to find out what's going on. Try to see if you can decipher the mess and make an opinion for yourself. Don't trust us. Don't trust reporters. Don't trust anybody out there in the mainstream or non-mainstream. Decide for yourselves. That's what's most important. If we as a collective only believe what the mainstream puts out, we'll never know what's actually happening and we'll be puppeted into a position we can't easily escape from. Look at the things that they push in schools. Islam is fine. Don't worry about the Sharia law going on in Chicago right now, where Muslim populations are increasing at a rapid rate due to influx of illegal immigration. Don't worry about the violence happening. It's white supremacy. That's what it is. It's not that some crazy Muslim guy went to Florida and shot up a a, a dance club randomly in the middle of the night. You know, it wasn't. No, no, no. Muslims are peaceful. Islam is a religion of peace. These are the narratives that they're pushing forward. This is evil in the background at the works, and people have a duty to themselves and a responsibility to find out what's going on. If only just looking past what the mainstream says, at the very least, digging into the opinions of those surrounding you. That would be better than nothing. Because right now, it's looking like there is a serious lack of interest in the average American as to what his country is doing.
And I agree with that. And we need to step up and, like you said, demand answers and proof. Bring him, let us see him. Anything. And with that said, we appreciate you as our special guest. And this is Mr. Anderson reporting.